I think we are all thinking the same thing. A furry made this movie. Yeah, definitely a furry. Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to my review of Lyle Lyle Crocodile, starring Javier Bardem, you may recognize from No Country for Old Men. Yeah, that's all I can think about whenever I saw him on screen. And Shawn Mendes as the singing voice of Lyle, because he doesn't talk, only sing.
He's a crocodile! And he can sing!
It's up for the world tonight, when no one ever has to hide.
So yes, it's very much a musical movie based on the books that I don't think I read them. I was a Spot the Dog kind of guy. This movie looked like fun and Lyle looked great, so I thought I had to check it out. And I must say, I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I do. Lyle is super adorable, especially in the opening where I just fell in love with him instantly. So, let's get into this. Javier's character Hector is a failed magician and needs something more interesting and stumbles upon a singing crocodile in a pet store, and he is just so damn cute.
Baby, I like it like that.
And then he comes out of the taxi later holding onto a little fake tree, and it's just so utterly adorable. I really do love him, but like, dude, he has tiny little legs. He's not going to be able to make it up those stairs. Help him. Hector plays the piano, wanting Lyle to sing, but the little dude can't, and sneezes, almost falling to his death, which is adorable. So Hector gives him a scarf, and Lyle starts to sing. They mix in a montage into the song while also getting some singing and dancing. It's a good time. I enjoyed it. The only problem is the voice doesn't really work for baby Lyle.
Take a look at us now, though we had no way to stay afloat.
I just think he should sound younger. So Hector offers his house as payment, Lyle becomes bigger, they get dressed up and go to a talent show, but Lyle gets stage fright, the poor thing. And here, I knew, I'm not going to like Hector, am I? Because he doesn't even try to console Lyle and help him. Like, I got moody on this. And then he just leaves. He just leaves him. Because he used his house as payment and failed, he just leaves the house and leaves Lyle all alone by himself. He doesn't take him with him. He just says, if anyone finds you, just pretend you're stuffed. I would like to stuff you into a box, mate. So yeah, he is clearly only in it for the money. And now 2 years pass and a new family moves into the house. The kid named Josh saying, why are we moving into the city? We'll be killed. Kid, you live in America. You'll be killed no matter what. Also, the downstairs neighbor comes out being a legit butthole and is called Mr. Grump. It's based off a children's book, so of course it'll be like someone named that. He also has a very grumpy looking cat I kinda hate, but Josh says it's beautiful. At night, Josh is freaking out over every little sound, and I'll admit, I like the joke here because it's kinda terrifying.
What was that?
That is an ambulance.
What was that?
That was a car tire.
What was that?
I have no idea what that was.
That's kinda terrifying. So of course, goes to investigate and finds a case with Lyle inside. There's a note from Hector saying, this is my crocodile, my most precious possession. Clearly not. Also, when did he write that? So I will say Josh is definitely someone with anxieties, like being scared of a city and now following a map to school even though he's with his mom. That's his character, basically. But I feel that. So yeah, he's a loner at school and classically annoys the older kids, and back home he even Googles how to make friends. Then the kid is swiping through... Sweep. This universe is TikTok, basically, where he sees one of the older kids while the grumpy cat comes to visit him, and then he hears singing coming from upstairs. Josh goes upstairs, and there's Lyle. And now comes a vor moment, because everything I watch has to have vor in it. And then it's not a kids movie with some vor. There's always vor in them, and I do suspect this part was made by a furry because they do it real slow as the cat jumps at him and he slowly opens his maw so we get a good view of it before the cat is swallowed whole, throat bulge and all.
No!
Then a chase scene as Lyle runs out of the house into the alleyways with Josh following to get the cat back. Kid, you know eating usually means death, right? And then he comes across this bum who just straight up tries to take his phone, But not gonna lie, the first thing I thought he was going to ask is if he wanted to see a dead body.
Hey kid, you wanna see a dead body?
So Lyle comes out like some kind of superhero and wars, which of course means plenty of slobber, because that's what these kids' movies do, and then he spits out the cat and runs off like Batman into the night.
Wait, you gotta show me how to get back.
And then morning again, and Josh is watching Lyle sleep like a furry would do. Like me. And then he just gives him like this +4 power card thing that's the best card in his deck of unspecified cards. And then Lyle just cuddles up to it while Josh goes off to school, and it's very adorable. So you can probably guess what plushie I'm gonna get next. But now Josh is also feeling much more confident. Apparently crocodile friends will cure anxiety. Noted. I guess that explains Steve Irwin. The mum comes home and pulls out her phone to watch a video, and to clarify that she's watching an old video, it's titled Josh Over the Years. Like, she personally made that title. It's for the audience, but we understand it's an older video movie. Also, I was really confused here as she taps the middle of the phone, which would normally pause a video, but it's just skipping forward. But whatever. But yeah, she's crying because her son is growing older. Oh no. Don't have kids then if you don't like them growing older. And Lyle, being a sweetie, puts chocolate cherries in front of her door that the dad threw out earlier as the mum storyline is she's trying to be a healthy family now for Josh, even though she writes cookbooks. They were in the trash, so they're legit trash food, but it's the thought that counts. He tried. Josh goes to the library to look up animals, and the girl he watched on Sweep. You gotta love companies who just make up their own apps so we don't have to pay for advertising. Like, we're not going to care. She shows up, basically calls him weird, but then threads him on the app. Fair enough. Now Lyle and Josh wander out together with the cat for some reason, even though he was just eaten by him. Honestly, it does just look like a cat that just wants to end its existence. And so Lyle ends up showing how he gets food, by dumpster diving, and he invites the kid to join him, which is adorable how he kind of bangs up against the trash, but then gets mad when the kid doesn't join him at first. And then montage of them stealing food and having fun, before heading on top of the building and chilling with all their food and even candles. Then Lyle pushes food towards him, like, Lyle has got moves. Like, he has set up this whole dinner date thing, having some fun on the town, and then dinner in a fancy spot lit up by candles. Like, that's the kind of romance I want. And then Josh just ruins the freaking moment.
Well, she's actually my stepmom. My mom died when I was 2.
And Lyle's face is just like, oh no. Way to ruin the mood, kid. Before that, I got toothless vibes of him sharing his food, but instead of like waiting around like he did with like Hiccup, Josh just like says like, yeah, no thank you. And Lyle just picks it up and shoves it into his face. That's hilarious.
See, I'm not sure if that's gonna taste out.
And then he realizes Lyle doesn't talk. Like, okay, he walks and acts more human, but nothing really says he can talk. Lyle then walks away sadly and starts singing a soft song.
In the shadow of the city, when the days have disappeared.
Which goes into the top of the world song that's been in all the trailers. And it's a great sequence. It's sung very well. It has some good shots. It has Lyle running around, setting up lights and dancing and getting jiggy with it. Again, the dude has moves.
At least until the morning light.
It's a lot of fun, and it's kind of ruined in the next scene by the cat taking a mean dump. It's not ruined, but if I had to watch that scene, so do you. Morning once again, Mum's looking for Josh, who is upstairs asleep with Lyle's mouth over the top of his head, and just, this is how I want to sleep with a crocodile boyfriend. So of course, Mum wants off for Josh, but it does end quickly as Lyle catches up with them and sings a little song, I just want to thank you, baby.
And thank you, baby. I just want to stop.
Imagine your friend calling your mum baby. Okay, I get it, it's just how he communicates, but still. Next scene, Mum is taking him to school and wants to get rid of Lyle. And I love the reason why the kid thinks of, like, why Lyle is dangerous.
He's a crocodile! Okay, yes, crocodiles are dangerous. Yes, they can bite through bone, and yes, they have a taste for human flesh, but he's not like that. He wears a scarf.
Again, Lyle leaves a cherry out for her. Again, being a total sweetie, while she then comes upstairs with a broom. Lyle, now all naked, oh my. aka doesn't have a scarf as he bathes, singing in there of course. She classically walks in and they both scream as she tries to cover herself with his scarf. See, he was naked without it. And I do love that Lyle doesn't talk, but he clearly goes, "Oh!" The two waddle out until eventually he starts singing while cooking up something nice. The dude can even cook? Okay, seriously, he is perfect boyfriend material. She gives in and sings with him, which is basically like about throwing away the recipe and just have fun. Don't think about what goes into your food. I agree, but still be smart with your food.
It's perfect unexpectedly when you whip up the recipe.
Now they're getting along and she's painting him like one of the French girls, and a goddamn look he does. The little eyebrow waves, like, holy heck, if this movie wasn't made for furries, then what was that look? He even has a scarf untied and a leg over the crotch. Like, I have seen this artwork before. Also, she is painting him in the style of the books, which is a very cute idea, though I'm sure the original artists appreciate you drawing him in a very, like, porn piece kind of style. Like, damn. That croc can get it. Song continues, the neighbor creep is getting cameras installed everywhere, the dad gets suspicious of what's going on, so it's time to show Lyle to him. Which, of course, he freaks out, and then Lyle sees the dad did wrestling, and so he just goes to wrestle him, which is hilarious. But the dad wants to the front door, opens it up, and Hector's there. Hello, deserter. Lyle comes down the stairs looking sad, so Hector makes some noise until Lyle joins in, becoming all happy to see his old friend. Basically, with a house deal, he could come back and stay a couple days in a year, which is very odd. So he kind of just lives upstairs with Lyle now, partying all night. In the morning, the dad wakes up to Hector in the shower, asking him to make food, which, go make it yourself. Like, are we supposed to like this character? Because he is just so selfish. I bet the reason why he's back is selfish too. And now they go out of the house, including Lyle, by pretending they're Gator fans. Sure. They have a good time together, so another montage of them doing things, and it's just like a bunch of cute moments with Lyle, basically. Later, the dad goes upstairs to fix the boiler, but Lyle has other plans. He wants to wrestle him, which, if the dad doesn't want to, then I will. He could break my bones any day. He throws him his outfit, and he gives in, and they wrestle, the dad eventually winning. With him winning, he becomes more confident in his field of work. So again, just get a croc, and all your anxieties will disappear. It's a little silly how quick they change. At home, Lyle is cooking in the kitchen and Hector starts to sing, while Lyle, starts to be a bit more sad again, but eventually joins in, becoming all happy again. But Hector wants him to perform at a show, and there it is. Like I said. So it does seem like this movie is tackling the idea of anxiety, stage fright, and so on. While Lyle was able to help out the family with their problems, he still has his own anxieties. Shown when Hector is taking him to go do a show, but he clearly doesn't want to. He clearly wants to stay with Josh. And I do love that the kid questions him, like, he doesn't need money. He just wants a family.
Because Lyle is not just a crocodile. He's a showman.
Does he even want that?
And later they do come home, and once again, he got stage fright. So it's all sad and somber now. We get another scene with the crazy neighbor, but let's move on to Hector being a bit weird before Animal Patrol shows up to get Lyle. Which they're playing on the PS5, so he can even play games. He is perfect. I am just a simp for Lyle, apparently. This is why this kind of stuff doesn't happen in real life. But yeah, Josh tries to get him to sing to show them he isn't bad, but he gets nervous and just holds his tail, which is very cute. And then they tranquilize him. He is taken to a reptile house and we see him wake up underneath all these crocodiles, which, I'm not gonna lie, I want to wake up under a pile of crocodiles. Smelly crocodiles, but still. And I'm gonna say this, that was a good fart sound. It even echoed. Like most of the time in kids' movies, it's just a stock sound effect. So, I'm gonna give credit to a fart scene. It sounded real enough. And the look on the croc's face. Like he knew what he did. The animators knew what they did. So of course the parents give in quickly that he is a crocodile. He'll be happy living with all these other crocodiles. Big, smelly crocodiles. But the kid, of course, doesn't like that, and he ends up having a panic attack. Like, he okay, though. So sad song as Lyle sings to himself, Hector's on a bus with a lot of money, and now we get a little montage of the movie, and other scenes of like seeing all the paintings of Lyle. After that, Josh is in school, and a girl comes over and mentions she's going to be in a talent show, and tells him to just not give up, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. Josh later takes the trash out at home, and Hector is there apologizing and wanting to go get Lyle back, but Josh doesn't trust him. But he at least admits here he is a bad dude and is selfish, because yeah, he is. So Hector sneaks in, and this is when I realized Sony made this movie, or at least they owned a company, as you randomly hear, well, this. But then there's nothing on screen to suggest there's PlayStation stuff happening. It's one of the most blatant advertising I think I've ever heard, because it's just a sudden sound effect. Hector makes his way into the crocodile bit, of course attracts a different crocodile, but Josh shows up and Lyle eventually comes out. So now it gets kind of dark, as Lyle just stands there as the other crocodile kind of makes its way towards Hector. I watched Lake Placid, I know where this is going. He tells Josh he needs to get Lyle to stop, but says, no, that's up to you. So he finally admits that he's been a bad friend for using him and abandoning him, which thank God they addressed that. He then finally realizes he just wants a family and not the show life. So Lyle protects him while Hector orgasms. Like, guys, seriously, what was that sound? The cops show up and Josh wants to show them that Lyle isn't someone to be scared of, so he doesn't have to keep running and hiding. And then conveniently a bus goes past that has the live final of a show on it that's been talked about is happening. So Hector tricks the police by using a freaking smoke bomb so Josh and Lyle can run off. They find Hector's bike, which for some reason the helmet in it has the kid's card in it. Like, Lyle doesn't wear a helmet, so that's a bit weird, but sure. We get a gag of Lyle looking at the phone and activating the emoji faces, and then a cop calls in what he's seeing with a lot of confidence.
Oh, Eunice, we got a crocodile on a motorcycle entering the theater district.
You got a what?
And then they legit crash into the place and then make their way to the stage, with their friend being backstage, so lets them in. Meeting Lyle, but it goes very quickly to continue the story. So of course, everyone is scared of the croc on stage. That said, he's standing on 2 feet. That's kind of impressive in itself. Josh wants him to sing so they know he isn't bad, and says they'll do it together. And so Josh starts singing, and it's not great, but that's pretty much like the point of it. Like, he himself is extremely nervous, but he's doing it for his friend.
Take a look at us now. Buddy, you were all it took.
And so finally Lyle sings for a crowd, and it's the same song we have heard many times in this movie. Look at us now. But what I realized after several rewrites of the script is that it's the same song used when he first tried to sing for a crowd, and he even begins singing at the spot the song stopped originally.
Look at us!
Look at us.
Now, take a look at us now.
So, I was going to bitch about them using the same song again and again, but honestly, okay, it gets a pass for why they're using this particular song. I just think that no musical should use the same song more than twice, and they've already used it a few times in this movie. But yeah, it's sung well, and it looks good. He gets the dances all in with this one dude getting way too jiggy with it. It's a fun sequence in the end, which then it suddenly cuts to a month later, and the stupid basement dweller neighbor has taken him to court, being all like, he's still a crocodile, and a bad singer. What an ass. And then he can't be kept in a home. But Hector has the deed to the place from his great-grandmother, who says that any animal can stay there, basically. So the court approves, the cat goes over to the family, and then the dad just tackles a dude. So he's going to go to prison for assault. At the end, family is going on vacation, but Lyle is booked out for shows, Hector said, which I feel like defeats the entire purpose of the movie and Hector's character. Like, he is still using Lyle. Like, I assume Lyle didn't agree to it. I assume it's probably just all Hector's doing, which again, kind of just, like, warrants his character development. It's okay though, Lyle isn't going to go on vacation, and Josh even bought him a floaty. I thoroughly made this movie. But yeah, cute. So they head off while Hector stays behind and is greeted by the girl with her pet rattlesnake that she has mentioned a couple times, and turns out it can beat box. So Hector now has a new thing to make money from. That said, I wasn't fully expecting it to start whapping and then you get the credits and then that's how the movie ends. Because it's not a kid's movie without WAP. But hey, they didn't go to that length, so good job movie. In the car, they're going through music and decide to put on some music that Lyle likes, and of course, it's Crocodile Walk by Elton John, which I didn't realize is the same song he was singing when he was a little baby, so fair enough to have it right at the end. And movie finished. I really enjoyed this movie. Lyle is just such a sweetie and a cutie, so of course I liked all the scenes with him. It's a basic kids movie with an animated character. It's nothing really new. You've seen it all before. It's more or less, yeah, the character doesn't talk. And so he shows emotions another way, and there's some really good animation there. He has like all the animation is in the face and his eyes, and you can really feel the emotion from him. I do think it's a solid movie with some good jokes, good animation, and very cute moments. The acting is fine, and the music is good that I'll check out some of it. Lyle Lyle Crocodile, to me, is a 9 out of 10 movie. I do wish there was more variety of songs instead of them doing the same song multiple times here and there, but that's the only thing I don't like about it. Also Hector. He is a bad person that should stay far away from Lyle. So guys, if you have seen this movie, let me know down in the comments what you think about it, and what you think of Lyle specifically. And that's the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. Even if you didn't like it, give it a like anyway. And subscribe to my channel, because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and VitoFox says, be who you want to be. And also, smile. Alright guys, bye for now.